What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up and Chat. My name is BJ Mathews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, as well as Spotify, Iheartradio, Twitter, TikTok, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notification bell on our YouTube page to get all our update content by the subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, check it out. You guys know how I do. I like to make videos more of quality over quantity, basically meaning I'd rather do less videos with better quality over more videos with less quality. So I might need an extra day to do some more research on a certain subject, rather than just put it all out because all the other YouTubers are doing it at the same time. I'd rather give y'all good quality, content. So that's what I'm going to do here again. Phil Jackson possibly returning back to the LA Lakers as the head coach. How do we feel about it? Because, LeBron, after that 56 game performance in LA against the Golden State Warriors in a win, they saw Phil Jackson in the stands, watching the game. And, Laker fans were kind of, asking the question, can Phil Jackson return with all the, chaos going on with this Laker organization and everything like that? And Frank Vogel asking for his job to be replaced. So let's get into it. All right, look, there's a good chance, actually a very good chance, very likely that Frank Vogel will be fired by the end of the season. Based off the expectations the Lakers were given this season, they've underachieved. Saturday was a bright moment because they've had so much darkness, but as an entire whole, they've underachieved from expectations. So a lot of times throughout the season, Frank Vogel has been catching a lot of heat because the Laker fan base and the Laker culture expects championships all the time. They got 17 of them, so they spoil with championships, right? Usually once there's some type of chaos going on around a team, the person that usually gets the blame is going to be the coach first. The person out the door first is usually the coach. Frank Vogel won him a championship back in 2020 in the bubble, but the last couple of years the Lakers have been underachieving. Last year they got knocked out in the first round against Phoenix. People were saying because Anthony Davis was hurt, that's why they got knocked out. Okay, so they ran it back this season. They've gotten worse, and there's a chance they might not even make the play-in game, right? So that's 2 bad years in a row, and you've had all this talent. So this is why Frank Vogel will probably be let go this season, right? Now, back to Phil Jackson. Do I believe Phil Jackson will be let go this season, or Phil Jackson will be the head coach? I'm going to go with no if I was a betting man, and I'm going to tell you why. If I had to bet my house, my car, my money on this, I'm going to go with no. Here's the deal. Phil Jackson hasn't coached dating back since the Lakers in 2012 when they got bounced out by the Dallas Mavericks. And that was either 2011 or 2012. They got bounced out. He hasn't coached for over 10 years. He's been the executive of the New York Knicks, but he hasn't really took the sidelines since then. Phil Jackson got 11 championships. He has the most championships amongst any modern-day coach. And there's no point. He has nothing to prove. From what I understand, he's usually chilling in Montana in his little ranch, and he kind of doesn't really want to be bothered. And going to this team, I just don't know if Phil Jackson will be able to relate to these caliber of players right now, because it's a totally different mindset from 10, 11 years ago to now. Phil Jackson, I'm pretty sure just looking at this team is like, I don't know if I want to deal with it, because we all know Phil Jackson, he doesn't like this order. He likes things to be in order a certain way. And if it's not, then he kind of washes his hands with it, right? So this whole Laker team is just completely out of order, discombobulated. The Laker culture, the Laker organization is completely discombobulated, if you ask me, from a management standpoint. Ever since Jim Buss, the great Jim Buss, passed away, the Laker organization hasn't been what it was. Phil Jackson doesn't like to be in a place where he's not in charge. And I think we all know the star player LeBron James is not really fond of Phil Jackson, because if y'all remember, LeBron James, he has his, Clutch Sports and all that stuff, his organization, his agency. And they got a bunch of, a group of guys, who are in the basketball relations and basketball world, stuff like that. And there was a point where Phil Jackson called that his LeBron James group a posse. and they made it more so into a racial thing and made it so much that Phil Jackson kind of had some racial motives to say that, and LeBron James was ran. I'm pretty sure was rubbed the wrong way when they said that to him. So I don't know if that's going to be a good relationship between those two. And also, I don't think LeBron James wants to be coached by Phil Jackson because he's going to have to really uh, adjust his game. He's going to have to play in a triangle offense that he's never played in. So could he humble himself enough to be like, okay, this is Phil Jackson. This is the greatest coach of all time, arguably. He can teach me something I haven't been taught before. And it also eliminates the fact that you never played with a great coach, even though you had Eric Spoelstra, who was a really good to great coach. He's just a young coach. That will eliminate that whole narrative. So do you really want to play for a great coach, or do you want to be in control and have the narrative by you that you never played with a great coach? So which one do you want? I think if Phil Jackson came to that team, LeBron would have to learn how to play in a certain system like he did in Miami, which was his best basketball his whole career. So you just have to really have so many questions asked if you want this guy Phil Jackson to come in and coach the Lakers team, and I don't think that he wants to really put his hands in that. So I just don't. I don't see it happening. But stranger things has happened, especially in the NBA today, and we'll see. But if anybody else got some more concerns, anything they want to talk about, what I'm saying, comment on the video, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube video. What I'm saying, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up, peace, out of here like swimwear.